In the heart of the Glass Valley, a vast desert where the wind carves math into the sand, lives an aging caracal named Solus. His eyes, deep emerald pools, have watched the dunes shift for a decade, tracing the invisible lines of the desert's breath. Solus moves with a quiet grace, his paws barely disturbing the geometric patterns left by the morning breeze.
The wind here doesn't just blow, it sighs, carrying the echoes of ancient oceans that once covered this land.
A silver-scaled viper slithers across his path, its movement creating a perfect sine wave in the white sand.
Solus stops, his black ear tufts twitching as he detects the frequency of a distant storm.
The sky turns a deep violet as the sun dips below the sharp, angular peaks of the Obsidian Mountains. In the cooling air, the caracal begins his hunt, following the scent of a desert hare hidden in the shadows. The hare's tracks are a series of perfect circles, a contrast to the sharp lines of the landscape. Solus leaps, a golden arc against the twilight, embodying the parabolic beauty of predator and prey. The hunt ends not in violence, but in the quiet resignation of the desert's cycle. Stars begin to pierce the canopy of the night, arranged in constellations that mirror the stones below. Solus finds shelter in a cave formed by 3 leaning slabs of limestone, a natural isosceles triangle. As he sleeps, the desert floor hums with the sound of shifting tectonic plates far beneath. Morning brings a palette of rose and gold, painting the geometry of the dunes in new dimensions. He encounters a desert hawk, its wingspan a broad expanse of brown and white feathers. The hawk screams, a piercing sound that shatters the silence of the crystalline valley. Solus continues his journey toward the singing pillars, tall columns of rock that whistle in the wind. Each pillar is etched with spirals, the result of thousands of years of abrasive sandstorms. The lost sighs are the winds trapped within these spirals, creating a low, melodic drone. Solus listens, his ears moving independently to capture every harmonic frequency of the wind. He remembers a time when he was young, and the valley was even harsher, a place of survival and sharp edges. Now, in his old age, the edges seem softer, the geometry more inviting. He finds a rare desert flower, a desert lily, blooming in the shade of a rectangular monolith. The flower's petals are 5-fold, a Fibonacci sequence appearing in the middle of the wasteland. Solus leaves the flower untouched, a silent respect for the fragility of the desert's design. A dust devil swirls nearby, a chaotic vortex of sand that defies the static lines of the dunes. He waits for the chaos to pass, knowing that even the storm has its own complex math. As the afternoon heat reaches its peak, the sand begins to sing, a phenomenon of friction and slope. Solus feels the vibration in his bones, a deep, resonant chord that connects him to the earth. He reaches the edge of the world, a sheer cliff overlooking a salt flat that looks like a grid. The salt flat reflects the sky so perfectly that the horizon disappears into a single plane of existence. Here, the sighs of the wind are loudest, echoing off the flat surface like a choir of ghosts. Solus realizes that his own life is a series of lines and curves, a map of experiences drawn in the sand. The scar over his eye is a jagged line, a reminder of a battle with a rival years ago. The curve of his back when he rests is the same curve as the oldest dunes in the valley. As the sun sets for the final time in this journey, the desert turns a fiery orange. Solus closes his eyes, listening to the final sigh of the day, a perfect geometric silence. He becomes a part of the landscape, a temporary shape in an eternal geometry.
The wind blows, a new sigh is born, and the lines of the desert are rewritten once more.